Toastmasters Day. In the spirit of, it's fine, in the spirit of February, love. I don't mean to sound cliche or anything, but we already know that in the time that we live in, when it's February, we already know the theme for the month, we already know the vibe that everybody is on. But there's something that I would just like to say. And when you hear love or February and you get in that kind of zone, you need to understand that it cascades beyond just emotional or romantic love. Like our theme says, and like you can clearly see on the screen, we are largely focusing on celebrating the love amongst friends and the love amongst us here as Toastmasters. If you are not a good friend and if you're not showing love to the person next to you, chances are you're a bad lover as well. Don't take my word for it, but I feel like it first starts with people you see around, your colleague in the office, your neighbor, the person you see that you don't even know on the street that says hello to you. That smile you flash them. There's no bitterness, and there's just that spirit of conviviality. That's where it all starts. As we get into the month of February, both as Toastmasters and as individuals in our various spheres and in our various communities, let us remember to spread the love. Be a walking, talking basket of, not basket, baskets, buckets of love. Let it just fill you up and then make sure that you feel one another. And you can't give from an empty cup. So always make sure that you're filling yourself up with a lot of love. Do the things that you enjoy. Self-love is very important. If there is no self-love, you're just that you don't have anything to give, right? Right, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That being said, we'll go straight ahead to the meeting proper. And in the Toastmasters tradition, the next person that I'll be handing over control to will be the person that would anchor this meeting. I see that we have someone that is very capable. Trust me, you'll thank me after this meeting how this person will handle affairs. So first of the day today is Toastmaster Oluwatosin Olorunleke. He's a procurement engineer, member of the All City Speakers Club, and is on the strategic relationships path. He loves to play football, that I know. His favorite quote is the same as mine. That's why we're buddies. And it's a quote by Henry Ford that says, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, and all 24 people on this call, join me as we welcome to the virtual lectern, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Oluwatosin. The very handsome one, I forgot to add that part.
Thank you very much, Madam President. If there's anything about Toastmaster Ekwuchi, she will hype you. I wish I had your skills so that I'll hype you right back, but when I learn, I'll get to doing that. Thank you very much. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's a pleasure to be at Pecten Toastmasters Club today, and I will be your Toastmaster of the day. In case you're wondering what that is, you might be a guest. That basically means I'm the MC for this particular meeting. I will be anchoring everything that goes on, ensuring there are smooth transitions between the various segments. Like our president said, our theme for today's meeting is Amor and Amity. I was going to say when Madam President was talking about, oh, we are focusing on friendship and all of that, I was like, Madam President, please don't pour sand in people's garage. Some people might have come here, seeing your flyer, to come and find Bay for Valentine's Day or for February. So please do not discourage anybody. Just let everybody enjoy the meeting as they deem fit. That being said, the purpose of today's meeting is to learn, is to grow by improving our communication and leadership skills. And that is what we will be focusing on today. The meeting typically has a structure. We start with the table topic segment, then we move on to the prepared speech segment, and finally we close with the evaluation segment. All very important and enjoyable segments, so please sit back and stay tuned. And finally, it's very important that you enjoy yourself. So as much as we like to learn, we like to have fun, we like to, just relax and stay interesting. If you joined the meeting before it started, you would say that we are friendly people. We don't bite. Of course, we like to maintain decorum, but at the same time, we want you to make sure you're relaxed while you learn. So thank you very much. Sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. At this point, I will welcome the tag team as well as the general evaluator who will actually introduce the tag team and have them introduce their roles as well. Madam VP, you're in order. Thank you very much. The general evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmaster Edidiong Jimmy, who is the president of Uyo Premier Speakers Club. Toastmaster Eddie, please welcome to the virtual lectern and spoil us with your smile. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Tosin, Olorunleke. I cannot forget that song. Thank you for that warm introduction. And good afternoon, Pecten Toastmasters Club, ladies and gentlemen, guests on the call. Good afternoon. I will be playing the role of the general evaluator. But before I introduce my role, I have tag team. It's a powerful team that will join me in delivering this task, this evaluation task. We call them the timer, the counter, and the grammarian. Without wasting time, I would like to call on the first on the list of my tag team. Let's start with the grammarian. Our grammarian is a medical student, member of Tutors and Trainers Toastmasters Club on Presentation Mastery Plan. His hobbies are playing the guitar and eating. Whoa. His favorite quotes, just do it, by Colin Reeves. Just do it, Toastmaster, Korede, Adekanye. Take away the virtual lecture.
Thank you very warmly, Mr. General Evaluator. Thank you very much, the Toastmaster of the Day, and good evening to you all, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Korede Adekanye, and I'll be your grammarian for today. And just in case you're wondering what the role of a grammarian is, my responsibility is to pay close attention to all speakers, to listen carefully for use of language, take note of any improper use of language, and also pay attention to any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce to you the word of the day. And for today, our word of the day is camaraderie. Can I have that shared on the screen, please? So our word of the day today is camaraderie. Thank you very kindly. And what does this mean? Okay, let's all try to say this word together. Camaraderie. You don't have to unmute your microphones, but just make sure that you are trying to say this word. It's a very tricky one. I had to practice it a little bit myself. So let's do it together. Camaraderie. I can't hear you. Excellent. Very good one, everyone. This word simply means a feeling of friendliness towards people that you work or share an experience with. It's a spirit of friendly, good fellowship. So let's look at some examples of how to use this word in a sentence. I hope we all cultivate a sense of camaraderie after today's meeting. And I really do, we hope we cultivate a sense of camaraderie, definitely. This is Pecten Toastmasters Club. And this month is the season of love. So yes, we must definitely cultivate a sense of camaraderie. Each club meeting promotes camaraderie among guests and Toastmasters. And synonym of this word will be camaraderie, friendship, togetherness. So I want to encourage you to use this word as much as possible and the synonyms throughout this meeting. I'll be keeping a listening ear out for it, and I hope we all have a wonderful meeting. Thank you very much, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, our grammarian. This was the Korede Adekanye. Thank you very much for introducing your role quite aptly. And trust me, I like the camaraderie going on in this meeting, the sense of camaraderie going on in this meeting already. Now to the next on the call, the counter industrial hygienist, Pecten Toastmasters Club Vice President Education. She likes volleyball and likes acquiring quirky things. I know her. Practice like you never won. Perform like you never lost. Ladies and gentlemen, join me. Welcome to the lectern, the one I call the magic fingers, Toastmaster Oghoin-olem.
Thank you so very kindly, Toastmaster Edidiong, for that very warm introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It's a delight to be serving as the counter for today's meeting. My role today is to listen to us as we use certain words as crutches or to fill in gaps when we speak. These words take out from the quality of our speeches, and today is one of the days where we're going to practice how to pace so we avoid using these words. I'll be listening out for pause fillers like eh, and crutch words like so, and, but when used inappropriately. I would make record of who has used these words, and I also listen out for repetitive words. So when we speak very fast, we can sometimes say a word twice, like then, or and, or but. I will make note of this, and I will come back to give my report when called upon to do so. And it's back to you, the General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Olem. Thank you for that clean introduction of your role. And now to one of the most important role player in the Toastmasters meeting, the time. Who is our timer today?
Okay, thank you, our general evaluator. Greetings.
The timer is so fast that he did not even allow me to mention his name.
I'll have to introduce you.
He's a member of Pecten Toastmasters Club on Motivational Strategies path. Reading is his hobby. You don't need to be great to start. You need to start to be great. Like Zig Ziglar is his watchword. Join me, welcome Toastmaster Chigozirim, Ukonye.
Thank you. Thank you, our general evaluator. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timekeeper, I will time the table topics, speakers, prepare speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left, using the green, yellow, and red card, which denote specific time remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will change my background to green. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will change my background to yellow. At 2 minutes, I will change my background to red. We have to prepare speeches slated for 5 to 7 minutes in today's meeting. At 5 minutes, I'll change my background to green. At 6 minutes, I'll change my background to yellow. At 7 minutes, I will change my background back to red. The individual evaluations are between 2 to 30 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will change my background to green. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will change my background to yellow. At 3 minutes, I will change my background to red. All speakers have grace of 30 seconds beyond the allotted time to wrap up. I'll be back to give my timers report when called upon to do so. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. He deserves a round of applause. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we all know that anything not evaluated is not measured. Anything not measured lacks accountability. Anything that lacks accountability is not sustainable. So today, alongside my top team, the timer, the grammarian, and the accountant, I will play the role of the general evaluator, picking on every segment of this meeting to see what we've done excellently and the ones we need to do better. Before the meeting, in the course of the meeting, and after the meeting. In the spirit of friendship, my team and I will be so lenient and will report with camaraderie. Thank you very much for having us, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Eddie, Mr. General Evaluator. I promised you he was going to smile, and at the very least, he delivered on that promise. So thank you for not falling my hand, Mr. GE. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So one of the things I like about Toastmasters is how it just brings people from different walks of life together. You get to see Toastmaster Olem forming Madam VPE here now. But I mean, by the time she's introduced, you read some things and you're like, oh, interesting. So Toastmaster Olem, in the comments section or in the chat box, can you please let us know the last or the top 3 quirkiest things you think you've acquired? I'm actually quite curious. So please share with us in the chat box. Thank you very much. At this point, we will be moving on to the next segment of today's meeting, which is the table topics segment. It will be coordinated by the table topics master. Now, some people will tell you that this is their favorite segment in any Toastmasters meetings. And some of the reasons people like it is because guests can actually participate. It allows you to build your creativity. It also allows you to build your critical thinking skills. So I want to strongly urge everyone on the call. I don't think there will be room for everyone to participate, but I'd like to see us at least indicate interest in participation. Give the table topics mistress a hard time in deciding who is going to speak, and I'm sure we'll have a good time. On that note, I'd like to welcome to the virtual lectern our table topics master for today, Toastmaster Chiamaka Okoli, my own VP, all the way from All City Speakers Club. Welcome, Madam VPE.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster of the Day, my mentor, Toastmaster Tosin Olorunleke. It's a beautiful pleasure to be on this call. Thank you, Pecten, for the opportunity to play the role of Table Topics Master. I want to say thank you to Toastmaster Olem and Toastmaster Ekwuchi Joy James. Now, Toastmasters and guests, this is an interesting session. Table topics, you have the opportunity to speak on any topic that is presented to you extemporaneously. There's a beautiful camaraderie when you come on board to speak, bearing in mind our theme for the day, Amor and Amity, love and friendship. So I would dive right into it. Please note that you have 2 minutes to speak. Confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Let me just bring it down. Is it wide? No, no, it looks like. Okay, yes. Now, these are the topics. Just 5 topics, and I would love volunteers. Okay, I can see Oluwatosin Vincent. Please confirm the topic you would like to speak on. We have true friendship, kindness, patience, perseverance, and love. Oluwatosin, thank you for your hand. So please, can you unmute and tell me the topic you'd like to speak on? Oluwatosin Vincent, kindly unmute.
Okay, good afternoon, fellow guests and Toastmasters. I would like to speak on true friends, or is it true friendship or
True
true
friends.
friend?
True friends, that's fine. True friends, and true friends it is. Okay, the topic says, confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay, it says true friends are those who lift you up when no one else even noticed you were down. True friends are those who lift you up when no one else even noticed you were down. Toastmaster, yes, Oluwafemi Vincent. Can you speak on this topic? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. True friends. Who are we to live in this life without a support? Who are we to live without someone that gets our back always? Like our parents, like our brothers. Friendship, friends doesn't mean by blood. Even though we did not grow up in the same in the same neighborhood, but the brotherhood, it's what that matters. Two friends is someone, two friends is someone that supports you, that bring you when you are down, that understands you. So we can't not live without these people. We need friends, we need loved ones. So we cannot live without these people. True friendship are the persons that they understand you. They know that you are not perfect. They want the best for you. They want you to grow. They want you to learn. They want you to become better. Even when you are not doing so well, they are there to correct you. They are there to stand by your side emotionally. Because we all need emotional support. We are humans. It runs in our vein. Even when we are feeling a lot of pains, but we need support. We need encouragement. We need people who can look into our eyes and tell us the bitter truth. You are not doing well, but you can do better. And I think this is a family. The Pecten Toastmasters International is a family where we all learn, where people correct you rightly. They make you feel important. They make you feel loved. So that is true friends. You have mentors that mentor you, that want you to grow, that want you to do better. That is beautiful. That is an association that has a spirit of camaraderie. Yeah. Apology if I don't get the pronunciation well. So I believe this is true friends for me. People who can be your support. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so very kindly, Toastmaster Oluwafemi Vincent. Please, can we show him some love? Come on. Let's show him some love. Say true friends are those who support you, who encourage you, give you the emotional support, who are there to support, give you encouragement and tell you the honest truth. You're not doing well, but you can do better. And he zeroed it down to Toastmasters International. Thank you very much, Oluwafemi Vincent. My next volunteer, Toastmaster Toby, I can see your hand up. Toastmaster Toby, please can you pick it up? We have kindness, patience, perseverance, and love. Kindly pick it up.
I'll choose patience.
Patience. Thank you. Patience. Patience is before you. It's a quote. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. A quote by Joyce Meyer. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting, by Joyce Meyer. Toastmaster Toby.
Thank you very much. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. Let's examine two scenarios. You have a scenario where someone has gone for a job interview and they're kept waiting in the waiting area. Now, if you have ever been to a job interview, You can tell that they are two different emotions. You usually go through different roller coaster of emotions. Sometimes some people keep you there for hours, while others may attend to you immediately without wasting your time. There's been an endless debate about this particular topic on the social media platforms. In fact, nobody has reached a resolve. Why do people get delayed when they go for interviews? Some people say it's to see how patient the interviewee, or yes, the applicant is. Some say it's just blatant waste of time and it's unfair. So, but if we're speaking in context of patience, many scenario situations we have seen where people come online and rant and say, "Oh, I went to this interview," and even call out the company. So recall the codes. Patience is. Please, can you help me display the code?
Very well.
So it says patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while you wait. So some people eventually leave there out of impatience and they go and they rant online and they drag these people, while others, just keep their cool. But remember what they say about digital footprints. Everybody is watching. The internet never forgets. Many a times, people like that go online to rant end up losing more opportunities, future opportunities to come that they could not even in that moment envisage and just keep their calm. While the ones that keep patient are able to think and strategize better, even if they eventually do not get the job. To end this speech, I'd like to say you can liken an impatient person to a blind person, because when you're blind, you don't see where you're going. The same thing when you're impatient, you don't see where you're going, and you even end up losing out on a lot. Thank you, and it's back to you.
A round of applause to Toastmaster Toby. Thank you. You can liken an impatient person to a blind person. Thank you. And she told us the scenario of being in a job interview. Thank you so much. Patience, a good attitude while waiting. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Toby. Next volunteer, Toastmaster Gerald, I saw your message in the chat box. I would reserve perseverance for you. So Toastmaster Paul Collins, in expressing the camaraderie of this beautiful session of love and friendship, I would give you the topic love. Oh, okay, we have love and kindness. Kindly pick on Paul Collins. Please, can you unmute and tell us the topic you'd like to speak on? Are you there? Okay, no feedback. I'll get on to Mr. Gerald. Mr. Gerald, perseverance.
He's muted.
Okay, Paul Collins, have you unmuted? Are you there now? Confirm you can hear me. Okay, Mr. Gerald, you talked on speaking on the topic perseverance in the chat box. Can you unmute? Confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Awesome. So I'm putting up perseverance for you.
Okay.
Can you share a time you persevered in your relationship? Toastmaster Gerald, can you share with us a time you persevered in your relationship?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm told to share a time in a relationship where I persevered. Fellow guests and Toastmasters, I'm very elated to have this opportunity to share my experience where I persevered. Well, there are several experiences where I would be said to have persevered in relationships, and those experiences, when I remember them, they make me feel happy. They make me feel thankful that I actually persevered. You see, in life, for you to achieve a lot of things, you have to persevere, because most times when you try things out, you tend to get a feedback that things will not work out. But if you allow it that way, if you leave it without persisting, you get a negative feedback, and you may end up not achieving what you set out to achieve. But when you persevere, you will be glad you did. I share one example. Now, I had this event where I was put on a spot to speak. I wasn't prepared. You understand? But at the end of the day, even if my heart was pounding, I just remembered that I had to go there and I have to persevere and I have to give this unprepared speech. At the end of the day, when I gave this speech, I ended up having a round of applause. And I said to myself, if I did not persevere, I would not have known that I could stand up there and deliver a speech that could get me a round of an applause. Then I would also want to share another experience. Now I'm here in Toastmasters, or I'm coming here to Toastmasters to try to hone my public speaking skills. Now I noticed that if I sit back without participating, persevering, I may not know how much I can go in terms of, knowing if I can actually deliver public speeches. So those are experiences that I've had where I have persevered, where I will still persevere, because I know that in persevering, I will win. Thank you. It's back to you, fellow Toastmasters and friends.
Thank you very kindly. Yes, Gerald, thank you. You shared with us your personal experience, persevering, and speaking extemporaneously. Thank you and well done. Keep speaking, we would say. Okay, has Paulette?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry,
Okay.
I don't know what happened to my system. Just want to use Toby's own to partake in the table topics. Okay, I'll go with patience.
Patience has been taken, so we have love. Shakira said she would like to speak on kindness in the chat box. So can I give you love? Would you like to speak on love?
Oh,
that's the last.
Love, okay, no problem. I was initially I was trying to speak on perseverance, and I will give to another person. Then patience.
Yeah. So love, I'll give you love.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, no problem.
Love is very simple. What is love to you? For Paulette, what is love to you?
Oh. Okay. Love can be normally naturally
what is
can
love
define love
to you? To
me. Love to me is the act of doing something without any attachment to it. It's act of being there for someone without having any reason, without having any attachment, beneficial attachment to that particular stay with the person. It's how to do with our daily life activity. As a human being, we live for one another. In life, if you say you are living alone, you are living for yourself, I don't think it's a good decision, a good choice. For one to live in this world, you live for someone. Let's take example with people in the hospital. Most times they take a lot of risk in order to save somebody's life. Knowing fully at that point they can be infected with one or two things, but they sacrifice and take that bold step in order to save people's life. People who works in TB department, they find out that it's highly infectious, is a airborne stuff, and they still go there in order to render service to save humanity. For me, that is the greatest love. Being in us has made me to understand that showing kindness and being there for the sick and for the needy, one of the greatest gifts that's ever happened to me as a nurse. Seeing somebody recover from my own efforts gives an inner joy that comes with a blessing. Yeah, comes a blessing. Someone do say most times you don't reap your hard working on earth, but the joy that comes from acts of love is much more better, and it's a good thing. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you. Please, can we give all our speakers, Toastmaster Oluwatosin, Vincent, Toastmaster Toby, Gerald, Paul, Colette, a round of applause. Please, let's show them some love for volunteering to speak in these stable topics. Toastmaster Femi talked about the brotherhood and the support we receive from Toastmasters. Toastmaster Toby liking the impatient person to a blind person. Toastmaster Gerald talked about the patience and the reward he received from speaking extemporaneously at a meeting, and for Colette rounded off with love, saying that for him, love is carrying out our daily lives without any attachments to it when extending help or doing things. Like give an example of the
Now,
hospital,
how about now? You can hear me?
the risks health workers take. At the end of it, there's a joy that is accompanied with this. Thank you so very much, Pecten. Thank you to all the speakers that have spoken. I'm sorry we can't take any more questions again. Thank you to all the guests and the Toastmaster that spoke. Thank you, and it's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tosin Olorunleke.
Thank you very much, Madam Table Topics Mistress. That was a wonderful session. And it's not just you, it's also the wonderful speakers we had. Toastmaster Paul tried to run away from love, but this is a meeting of love. So Toastmaster Paul, you cannot run away. Love will find you by force. Thank you very much, everyone. At this point, we will be recognizing some really important people amongst us. People so important that I cannot even recognize them myself. I would need to welcome our one and only president to do that. So, Toastmaster Ekwuchi.
Hello.
Hi. Toastmaster Ekwuchi, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tosin. I must say that you caught me at a very strategic time. I was just about to leave the meeting because I have another meeting to go to, but perfect timing. Flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you. All right, thank you so much for attending this meeting, all of our guests. I'm going to quickly go through the participant list as I would usually do. You're very special to me. I can't just gloss over it. I need to know who and who are guests on the call. I see Andrew Bokoruma. That's a very interesting guest. Welcome, Dr. Buck. I see Blessing. I see Chidima. I see Cheesy. I see Chris. I see Christy. I have a lot of C's today. I see Ekine Dandison. I see Emeka. I've seen Emeka a couple of times. All I'm confirmed. Emeka is not a first-time guest, right?
Intending Toastmaster, Emeka.
Hey, love to hear it. Love to hear it. I see Gerald. I see Oluwafemi. What did I tell you the last time that we had a meeting about being a Toastmaster? In fact, don't worry. I gave you that as the last time, but let me give you one more chance. This one is the last time. I see Onia Leona. I see Priye. I see Richmond. I see. Thank you very much for joining us today. Having guests on our call is the highlight of the meeting. For me personally, I love to see new people. It shows that we're doing something right. It shows that publicity is going out. It shows that people take out time. It's evening. Everyone wants to get back home from work or their daily businesses to rest. But you're taking out some time to be in this meeting. We do not take that for granted. Ted is grateful for the gift of you. Please do well to come back again and again. There'll be an opportunity for you to give me your details to the VPE or the VPM. The form would go out in the chat. It was like, oh, let me please confirm that that's going to happen.
Yes, it would.
Great. So a link will be in the chat, but please keep an eye out for that. Just want to get to know you a bit more, keep you updated with our meeting days, so you keep joining us over and over again. Thank you so much. We love you and we can't wait to see you again. Thank you, and it's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Madam President. And once again, welcome to our guests. For those of you who are guests and are joining Pecten for the first time, you're in a wonderful club. Oh. They came and cleared all our awards at the just concluded half year awards. So please don't waste time. Join them on time so that you can be part of excellence. Thank you very much. Now we will be moving on to the second segment of today's meeting, and that is the prepared speech segment. I mentioned earlier that some people's favorite is the table topic segment. Some other people prefer the prepared speech segment. And here what happens is we have registered Toastmasters complete projects. So completing this speech is their way of showing us that they have taken in, Grammarian, please forgive me, that they have taken in the learnings of the project, and through their speech, we are going to see that they have truly done so. We have two wonderful speakers today, the first being Toastmaster Lydia and the second being Toastmaster Dr. Folusho. We will start with Toastmaster Lydia, but before we welcome her to the lectern, we would like to have her evaluator on the lectern to tell us what to expect today. Toastmaster Tobiloba, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, TMOD. Very quickly, Toastmaster Lydia, the purpose of her speech is to deliver a speech with a well-defined purpose, and the speech must be well written and clearly focused. The goal is to meet her expressed purpose with a well-executed speech. Toastmaster Lydia, we're looking forward to a very beautiful speech, so please take it away, and it's back to you, the TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Toby. On that note, Toastmaster Lydia, are you ready? Toastmaster Lydia, do we have you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Toastmaster Lydia to deliver her speech titled, Are We There Yet? Are we there yet, Toastmaster Lydia? We can't hear you, Toastmaster Lydia.
Please come, you can hear me now.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for that beautiful introduction. Are we there yet? Most of us have asked this familiar question, are we there yet? As children, it's a plea for the journey to end, a yearning for the promised destination. Are we there yet? Good evening, Toastmasters and honored guests. I'm Ekwedike Adaku Lydia, asking, are we there yet? This question jolts a childhood memory of a time when, in the spirit of camaraderie and amity, my father and his brother scammed me, saying they were driving me to Warri while they drove me to a remote location in Enugu just to take care of their business. But I remember asking en route, are we there yet? Don't worry, I got over the scam. But that's a child's story. As adults, this question takes on a deeper and more insidious meaning. It reflects our restlessness, obsession with achieving, and constant struggle with finding contentment in the present moment. Are we there yet? In two quick successions, let's dive into the psychological impact of this question in our adult life. First is the illusion of arrival. We constantly chase milestones, both externally and self-imposed. We strive for promotion, that perfect partner, the ideal lifestyle as depicted in social media feeds. We constantly measure our success with that of the next person, and by so doing, fall prey to the illusion of arrival, believing that happiness and success solely lies in achieving a specific goal. Second is tyranny of the timeline. The constant pursuit of there is often fueled by tyranny of the timeline. The society and sometimes our inner critic imposes invisible deadlines on us. Build a career or a business by 30. Have kids by 35. Achieve financial stability by age 40. These timelines, while often arbitrary, exert immense pressure, leading to anxiety, self-doubt, and a constant feeling of falling behind. And yet we keep asking, are we there yet? What if we reframed our perspectives? What if instead of fixating on the destination, we actually embrace the journey itself? What if we realize that it's not just about what we become in the end, it's more so about who we become in the end? What if we found joy in detours and realized that some of the most beautiful experiences in life often come from detours? What if we embraced the beauty of the journey? Because life rarely moves on a straight path. And these challenges, detours, often lead to unexpected growth and self-discovery. So instead of asking, are we there yet? Let's ask ourselves, what am I learning from this experience? What am I grateful for in the present moment? Let's cultivate a sense of gratitude for the present moment, for the beauty of the journey. Let's embrace uncertainties, the unknown, the ever-evolving nature of life. Hard to do, right? I know. Toastmasters and honored guests. Let's embrace the journey, as in the words of Arthur Ashe, a renowned American tennis player, activist, and author. Success is not a destination. It is a journey. So learn to live, live in full while you achieve. Thank you, and it's back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Lydia. Success is not a destination, but a journey. So from my experience at Toastmasters, whenever a speaker stands up to deliver their speech, just know that you're in for a gang speech. And Toastmaster Lydia proved that once again this evening. Very quickly, we'll be moving on to the next speech. And this is going to be coming from Toastmaster Dr. Fulu. However, before we have Dr. Fulu, we will welcome her evaluator, Toastmaster Ese, to tell us what to expect as well. Toastmaster Ese.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and good morning, everyone. Today, I would be evaluating Toastmaster Fulu's speech, and this is a project called Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this project is for her to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. It's also for her to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. She could discuss it from any time in her life. It could be any aspect of her experience. And I'm very excited to learn how Toastmaster Fulu talks about the camaraderie that you get in the Toastmasters mentoring experience. Would you like some growth fuel? Is the title of her speech, and it's slated for 5 to 7 minutes. Would you like some growth fuel? Toastmasters will back to you, the TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ese. So because our evaluator for this speech has to run, as soon as the speech is done, we will have your evaluation, Toastmaster Ese. We can think of it as an appetizer for the main evaluation segment. On that note, Dr. Folu, Toastmaster Dr. Folu, would you like some growth for? Would you like some growth for Toastmaster Dr. Folu?
I, Odysseus, will be leaving for an epic voyage, and therefore, I would like to entrust my son Telemachus to you, my dear friend, Mr. Mentor. Please take care of him, guide him until I return. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, greetings. That was how the word mentor found its roots in ancient Greek mythology. King Odysseus had a friend who was also a teacher named Mr. Mentor. In Toastmasters, we believe in guiding, supporting, and nurturing each other on our growth journey. As we navigate this journey, we're not meant to do life alone. We navigate our journey towards set goals, and we try to be there for each other. Mentorship in Toastmasters officially is for 6 months. However, the mentor and the mentee can agree to extend it. There's something I call mentoring chemistry. As long as there is mentoring chemistry, they can agree to take it on for as long as they choose to. It was John Crosby, a novelist, who said, mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. I have experienced both ends of the spectrum. I've been a mentor and a mentee, or a protege, if you prefer, at different times, and I still am. And I must say the journey has been rewarding. We're not meant to do life alone. So if you do not have a mentor, go grab one. And if you're a mentee or a protege, make the best of that opportunity. Every relationship is not without challenges, so also mentoring, but it's more rewarding than challenging. I'd like to speak about one of my mentors, Mr. Wise. Just like his name, he's always brimming with wisdom, dropping nuggets ad libitum. Mr. Wise is what I'd like to call an ace mentor. Available, committed, and emotionally intelligent, I can tell you for sure. I recall sometime last year, I had this complex dilemma and I reached out to Mr. Mentor, to Mr. Wise, and I struggled to articulate my thoughts. I rambled on, but he sat patiently and listened actively. I don't know if I said anything that made sense, but in his usual measured tone, he distilled the problem and pointed me in the right direction, towards the right solutions. He never spoon-fed me. Great mentors do not spoon-feed. They guide, they support, they encourage, they nurture. So this session I had with Mr. Wise eventually morphed into a therapy session. Remember, I started off as me reaching out to him for a challenge I had, but it morphed into a therapy session because at the end of the day, I got reassured. He was able to untangle my thoughts and to provide clarity. That was Mr. Wise for you. He still is. Mr. Wise once gave me a complicated task, hydra-headed, you may call it. He wanted me to handle that task single-handedly. And I wondered, but he had good intention. And that was to help move me out of my comfort zone into my growth zone, because out of the comfort zone is where growth actually happens. Left to me, I would have started overthinking, analyzing, coming up with all kinds of ramifications and so on. But he said, in his usual dulcet tone, he said, keep it simple. Think of the end goal. Break it up into bits and then execute. Remember to celebrate and pat yourself on the back as you attain each milestone. Small wins are part of the journey. You can do it. I will never forget those words. They still ring in my ears till today. He knew just how to strike a balance between sharing his experience, his expertise, and allowing me to learn on my own. Great mentors allow you to learn on your own. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I have enjoyed the amity, the camaraderie, and the trust in our mentoring relationship. And these have been the glue helping our relationship to thrive. I've always had the philosophy that mentoring is a two-way street. It should be mutually beneficial. It should be a symbiotic and not a parasitic relationship. And so I show up every session prepared, armed to the teeth with value so that I can give and not just go and take. And that has been the definition of our mentoring relationship and indeed other mentoring relationships that I have. Mr. Wise has been a bridge, connecting me to different opportunities, he has provided access in different ways to events, to sessions, to information, to resources that I could only dream of accessing. Access, my dear friends, is gold. Dear proteges, I would say to you, never abuse access. Access is gold. As one who has a passion for capacity building and people development, I continue to pay it forward. I continue to mentor others. I don't stop there. I am also on a mission to raise leaders. I am grateful for the numerous value-adding mentees that I have been blessed with. In the words of Bob Proctor, he said, "A mentor sees more talent and ability in you than you do, and he helps you bring them out." That, my friends, I would say, has been my experience. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, would you like some growth fuel? Open up your heart to mentoring. Be the bridge. Accelerate growth. Create legacy and enrich lives through mentoring. And it's back to you, Mr. TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Folu. Always coming through with the words of wisdom. Do not abuse access. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Dr. Folu, whenever we need to make a drama presentation, I don't know if you will write the script, if you will act, or if you will be our narrator, but I think you would fit perfectly into any of the three roles. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the final part of today's meeting, the evaluation segment. But like I said, before we get into that, we will have the evaluator for Toastmaster Folu evaluate her speech. That would be Toastmaster Essay.
Thank you. And thank you, Toastmaster Folu, for that very interesting speech. Would you like some growth for? I can already start by answering yes, I absolutely would. I really loved your speech and things you excelled at. I loved that you stood to deliver. I think that gave you room to really use your body in telling a story while speaking to us. I loved your vocal variety. I love how you captured the audience in the very beginning. You took us back to Greek mythology and you modulated your tone when you said, my dear friend, I gave you my son, Telemachus. I thought that was very well done. It was a great way to capture your audience, to connect with us with the storytelling, and also to take us on a journey. Well done. I also loved that you used your use of quotes, particularly with Bob Proctor and also John Crosby. Something you did I really liked was you told us who John Crosby was. He was an author before you shared the quotes. That is a very great way to mark credibility by sharing the reference of everything you say. Well done. I loved that you gave us call to actions while speaking. And you did it again to tie into that thing you did well with your vocal variety. You were like, if you do not have a mentor, go grab one now. If you're a mentee, make the best of the relationship. I like that you told us a personal story about the Mr. Wise, where you told us about his brimming with wisdom. You listed the specific traits he showed that really made you comfortable to even evolve that relationship from not just mentoring to even therapy. I also loved when you talked about, even as I rambled on, he listened. He never spoon-fed me. You helped clearly explain how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, especially with the guide, the support, and the encourage. I really liked that. I loved your beautiful use of language. You used words like ad libitum, dolce tones, hydra-headed stacks. I loved that. Well done. What are some things I'd like to see you work on for future projects? Number one would be as it pertains to, because this is a Toastmasters project, and it's always helpful to explain how Toastmasters specifically envisions mentoring. I liked when you shared the thing around the timeline, where you talked about, it's usually expected for 6 months, and then you're expected, but you can modify it as you choose. but also in the guide for Toastmasters Introduction to Mentoring, following that details of what Toastmasters expects you. Toastmasters has a structure. So it's always good to look through the document for the project. What are all the things listed? You did it well by listing out the traits and explaining. That was good, but it's always very helpful. So anyone who's never heard of Toastmasters, who's never heard of mentoring, the idea of the project is also a way to market Toastmasters form of mentoring. So doing that would be a great way that I feel could be important for future projects. Look at what the Toastmaster guide says. Make sure you embed it into your speech. I absolutely love, as I said, I like your vocal variety, which I guess the Toastmaster of the day highlighted on when we suggested maybe we need to form a Toastmasters drama club and you can be part of it. So that was really well done. I loved, again, your call to charge with access to resources, giving us that your use of vocal variety, your use of, your use of, oh my God, your use of quotes and also citing who gave it, and be the bridge, accelerate growth. The only thing I think to challenge yourself is I love how you stood to deliver. Now I want to see you use the stage. For example, when you use your body language and you're telling us, go grab one now. I want you to do like this and tell me to grab that mentor and never let go. I feel like that would have been a great way. He never spoon-fed me. Just using more of your stage presence, I think would be a great challenge. But I loved your vocal variety. I loved your storytelling. I loved how you laid out the tasks and tips. Keep it simple, celebrate the milestones, take it in bits. And of course, as you had said, a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. As someone who has also benefited from your mentoring, I should tell you that you're not on your way. You're already absolutely accelerating the growth and enriching lives of so many people. Thank you. And it's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Essay. It's always a delight to hear you evaluate a speech. Thank you very much for the gift of that evaluation. Now I can call on the general evaluator to anchor the evaluation segment, and that would be Toastmaster Eddie. Toastmaster Eddie.
Toastmaster Tosin, there's an interactive session in between. Do you want to do all your evaluations?
My bad. I can't wait for the evaluations. Don't mind me. Please go ahead with the interactive session, Toastmaster Olem.
All right. Good evening, everyone. It's good to be back again. So I'm going to just be sharing my screen very shortly. Toastmaster Tosin, you're going to help me here. Kindly confirm when you can see it. Okay. Okay.
Go on.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. So for today's session, we're going to do really simple things and nothing too complicated, but just to share. I know we're already behind time, so I'm going to try to keep this really quick. As is our usual practice, if you have a QR scanner, code scanner, please just scan using that or go to www.menti.com and fill in the code 42187914. 42187914, or you scan the QR code. Let's just have a chat around friendship and the things that we do to sustain and all of that. I would like to see people come in, and when you come in, thank you. Who's that? That was quick. First thumbs up. Let's keep it coming, guys. Let's keep it coming. We're about 36 on the call, so I would move forward once I have 15 people in here. Others can join in. I know network can be challenging sometimes. www.menti.com 42187914. Let's keep it coming, guys. 6. I don't see any movement anymore. Okay, so I'm going to leave the first 6 people. Others can join us when we begin, so we save some time. So today, in the spirit of camaraderie, in the spirit of the theme of our meeting, which we have amity and love, I want to ask you to just fill in one word for what friendship means to you. We're going to create a word cloud, and I'm sure I want to be able to put it somewhere, or maybe share it at the beginning of every Pecten meeting to say, this is why love thrives here, or this is why our friendship and our support system thrives. I see sacrifice. Let's keep it coming. Sweetness. Giving. Peace of mind. Support. Listening ears. Partnership. Selflessness. Commitment. Brotherhood, kindness, sharing. We see sacrifice sitting there very nicely, which means a lot of people think that friendship is about sacrifice, support, love, giving, and selflessness. Let's keep it coming, folks. I see 12 people. Can we get it to 16 so we can move on? We have care now to that list. What came in? Okay. Brotherhood just increased. All right. So this is just a way to check how we perceive our different friendships. And you see that even though we've got 13 people in here, we share similar ways of thinking when we think about friendship. For some persons, it's about sacrifice. For some other persons, about giving and brotherhood. And the truth is, you are typically either at the receiving end or at the giving end of all of these things that you see here. So thanks, guys, for sharing. This word cloud is not big enough for, but I'm going to move on to the next question, and I'm going to keep this one. So to the next one, what is your friendship superpower? Like, what's that thing that your friends always tell you that you're really good at, and why they love you or why they enjoy being your friend? Of course, for some people, they are great listeners. Some people are very good at giving you the honest truth. Others are very humorous. So, what is your friendship superpower? Ah, so I see two persons saying they are listening ears. One other person says they are trustworthy, honesty, selfishness. I think I would actually like this person to unmute and maybe share with us what they mean. Kindness, loyalty. We see someone who is humorous, sweetness going on there as well. Any other one? Thoughtfulness. Thank you for sharing. Motivator. Aha. The people who do aspire to perspire to. Well, that's really good. For you to be a motivator to your friends is one of the things that keep us going. So whether you truly believe it or not, just having that ginger has a way of getting people along. You're a shit taker. That means you're a very patient person. I hope you don't gather straws though, because straw gathering is not a very healthy one. Humorous, honest, real. Nice one there. Non-judgmental, fantastic stuff. Your strong will, that's really great. You know how it is. We're all dynamic, and so you could be amidst friends who are generally very emotional and soft, so they need someone to be there for them. So it's really great to see that we are all this fantastic stuff. I would move to the next one. Oh, more coming in. Anything? Problem solver. I want to say it on this call. Please, if you have any friend who is a problem solver, when you leave this call, check in with them. You see this bucket of people, they are so selfless most of the time that they focus on fixing everybody else and not paying attention to themselves. So please check in and just make sure that most of your problem solving friends are doing okay. They probably need that check in. The next question is, what do you do to sustain your friendships? I mean, considering how difficult the times are, your busy schedules, competing priorities, changing location, distance with your friends, jackpying, and all of that, what do you do to sustain the friendships that you have? I would like to see you share those. Anyone? So personally, I'm very intentional about keeping in touch, right? Whether you are in Kafanchan or you're in Canada or wherever it is, I'm very intentional about keeping in touch. And I feel like when I do it on certain days and someone says, oh, I didn't see that coming, or I wasn't expecting to hear from you, or thank you so much for reaching out. This was what I really needed because they had a good chat with you. It just makes me feel good as well. So it's good to see. Thank you. That person is in my bucket. Those who keep communications going the extra mile. Fantastic. And that's where sacrifice comes in. It's been difficult. I hardly call, they know, and they try to stay in touch. I'm glad you have friends who understand you because it's a two-way street as well. So your friends understand that you're evolving and things are going on. So it's really fantastic to see this. Um, Keeping in touch and gifting, awesome stuff. Constant connect, fantastic. Genuine care, sweet. I struggle, but we try. It's a good thing you're trying. At least you're making progress and not just staying stagnant and doing something about it. Following through when anything is on the table. Awesome stuff. You're the dependable friend. That's really good. People like that. By reaching out, by caring, and by visiting. Great stuff. Great stuff. Random check in, be there for them in times of need. Everybody deserves a friend who is there for them in time of need. We all do. I do. And I'm sure there are many people on this call who do as well. So thanks for sharing that. And the very last one, I think I have not heard a lot of people who are on the mentee say anything, but I want to ask you, what's that one small action you're going to do when you leave this call today that would help to strengthen your friendship with anyone? It could be your siblings, it could be your parents, it could be your friends, it could be anybody, your colleagues. What's that one thing, one very small step you commit to taking as soon as you leave the call today? And the reason I'm saying this is because there's a lot going on with everybody. But we all have to be intentional to sustain friendships. We all know this. And that's why you see sacrifice standing out there, right? So I want to see commitments come in, follow up, thank you, reach out more, thank you, be more tolerant, sweet. That can be a ball in the neck if you have really difficult friends sometimes, but yes, it's worth it. Forgive more. Thank you so much for sharing that. Letting go. To reach out more, to reach out more. Fantastic. Any other responses coming in? Okay. Try to pay physical visit to those around and regular calls. Yes, yes, yes. I agree with you. It's very easy for you to be in Port Harcourt and not see your friends in Port Harcourt. It's very, very easy. We all just say, shit, the person is living here. Now when I want to see them, I'll just go. But it's just good to do that surprise visit or just catch up generally and see what's going on with them. I tried to have a conversation with a friend that I had a misunderstanding with. I'm glad. Please mend that bridge. Mend it. You're going to be happy for it. Realize that everyone is doing their best and forgive more. Thank you so much for committing to this. We do monthly hangouts. Fantastic. I do that with my friends as well. Appreciate more. Gratitude. Be grateful for the friends in your life. Nobody's perfect. The same way you're accommodating people is the same way they're accommodating you. So just find the balance. You're friends for a reason. And so don't let it go. Making new friends can be very difficult if you've been there. So sustaining the ones you have long term does help. Thank you everyone for sharing. I appreciate you. And if you have any comments, we'll just give you like a minute to give that feedback real time while I stop sharing. Anyone? Please confirm that you can still hear me. Space is so quiet. Why is everyone so sober? What happened?
We're thinking about our friendships and whether we've been good or bad friends.
All right. No one wants to share. Toastmaster, Toasting, please, the lectern is yours so we can go ahead. Thank you so very kindly.
Thank you very much, Madam VPE. That was beautiful. So I think as much as it was an opportunity to interact, it was also an opportunity to learn. Thank you once again. Toastmaster Eddie, you know I've been itching breakfast served. So the virtual lectern is yours, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster.
Talk about village people. Well. We'll not allow them to win this evening. So without further ado, we will call on our table topics evaluator, also from Uyo Premier Speakers Club, the Vice President Education over there, Toastmaster Elizabeth Attah.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I must commend the camaraderie. in this room today. I love that session that Toastmaster Olem just handled. I loved it so much. I don't know how you do these things, but Pecten just keeps raising the bar and having us struggle to keep up. Toastmaster Chiamaka Okoli, thank you so much for that very, very beautiful table topic session. I thought you did a very beautiful job handling that session. Like Toastmaster Tosin said, it's one of my favorite, and lots of people find it, have confirmed that it's their favorite session too in a Toastmasters meeting. I loved how you used slide to show your questions and you helped the guests relax. I loved how it was even guests, more of guests that answered the question than, Toastmasters. It shows that we're doing something right for guests to come into our meeting and feel comfortable enough to answer questions. I know that the word of the day is a bit tricky. It's not something that everybody tries to use or want to use on a regular. You saw me struggling there, but I saw that you used the word of the day a couple of times, and I want to say congratulations. I loved the respondents and how they came up, and there was this struggle. Everybody wanted to be a part of the session, and I thought that was really, really beautiful. The first respondent, who are you without friends? Okay, sorry, let me get the question. Oluwafemi, true friends are those who lift you up when no one notices you were down, right? And I love your respondents. You said a friend is, you talked about friendship being more than, blood for you, and someone who helps you, supports you when you're down. And you emphasize the fact that friendship goes beyond blood for you, and, to help you to be emotionally available. And I loved how you brought it down to Toastmasters. And I also love that you used the word of the day. Toastmaster Toby, in her response, for patience is not the ability to wait, but it's a good attitude while waiting. She started with a relatable story about interviews and how people are being made to are being kept waiting at interviews. And it was something that everybody that has stepped into an interview hall could relate with. And, talked about the virtue of waiting, how sometimes we don't get what we want, but at the end, you get to, if you persevere enough, at the end, you get to enjoy the goodness that comes with it. And then at the end of the day, she likened impatience to a blind person, which I thought was very thought-provoking. And then there was Mr. Gerald, who talked about perseverance. And he was asked to share a time where he persevered in his relationship. Now, the good thing about Toastmasters and table topic session is that there's no right or wrong answer. He didn't talk about his relationships, but he talked about how he persevered in situations where he was called upon to speak extemporaneously, and how it worked out for him at the end because he got an ovation. And if he did not go through that process, maybe who knows what would have happened. And then he brought it back to Toastmasters and how his participation in the session, has helped him to, or as he used that in the form of, as an example for perseverance. And then at the end, he said that he knows that he will win when he perseveres. And I thought that was a wonderful call to action. And then Paul Collett talked about love. What is love to you? And I absolutely loved his response. He said it's an act of doing something without any attachment. And it sounded too true to be true. Like, he talked about how people who are in the hospital, medical service providers, how they go out all the way to risk their life, for us. And I thought that was really, really beautiful. And then I got to find out that he was a nurse, or he is a nurse, and a good one at that. So I would like to say thank you, Paul Collett, for the work you're doing for humanity and helping us to serve and protect humanity. I loved the table topic master for how she ended. She called everybody, like she tried to summarize all the points. And then what would I have loved us to do better? For our guests, next time when you're called upon, I know that your names were already on the display, but it's always good to always introduce yourself so that, it gives you ample time to also think about the question and answer. Aside that, I thought that we did really, really good. Thank you very much for all the respondents, and thank you to the table topic master for that beautiful session. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day or the general evaluator, whoever is available. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam TTE. I do not see the general evaluator yet, so we'll move on to the evaluation for Toastmaster Lydia's speech, and that would be Toastmaster Toby.
Thank you very much, TMOD. So let us start by commending Toastmaster Lydia for crafting that very beautiful topic. I particularly think I liked the mystery that that topic carried, and it says, in case you're forgotten, are we there yet? So if you're not too busy, please leave a round of applause, virtual round of applause for Toastmaster Lydia in the comments for that. I'm waiting. I want to see the claps. Can anyone hear me? Are we stingy with virtual claps now? All right,
Yes, we
moving
can.
on. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can see. I can see. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. Moving on. Are we there yet? Like I said, it's the fact that it has the mystery element to it made it particularly stand out. Also, when anybody hears "Are we there yet?" it just leaves your listeners with so many questions, and they're waiting for you and yearning for you to come and unravel. What's she thinking? Where are we going? Are we there? Are we meant to be somewhere that we aren't? You know? And I loved that you started your introduction with an anecdote. That's one way to hook your audience. Sometimes it's very easy to start, with a very cool topic, and then you lose your audience in that first 1-2 minutes window. But Toastmaster Lydia did extremely well by introducing her speech or starting out her speech with an anecdote where she told us about the journey with her dad to a destination that changed, and she was particularly hurt because she felt scammed. However, she relished the journey, and not at the end of the day, it wasn't about the destination. So did she meet the objectives of the speech? Yes, she did. It was well organized, and it did have a clear purpose. I love that, Toastmaster Lydia, you came prepared. You stood to deliver that speech. You commanded attention when you stood up. However, there's something I'll quickly like to chip in before I go on. Next time, it would be great to test your tech before you join the meeting. Check the angles, check for your microphone, check for your camera as well. Now, the attention, by standing up, you definitely grabbed our attention, and your pacing, vocal variety, voice modulation, your gesticulations, they were all impeccable. And I particularly loved the fact that your speech was replete with metaphors. Metaphors just have a way of just making things look really shiny. You're literally sounding like John C. Maxwell. I thought I was listening to him, and that was really beautiful. However, there are some few things that you can improve on, especially in the area of clearly expressing your purpose statement, because the purpose of this speech was to deliver a speech with clear purpose and initially expressing the purpose before you get into the meat of the matter. So you could have said, right, my dad was supposed to take me somewhere, he and my uncle. Then along the way, I discovered when we got to the destination, I discovered that it wasn't where we're supposed to be. However, what I'm going to hold on to is the journey, the memories, and everything that I could relish while we were driving or going down to the destination. While we were heading to the destination. But today, and you could say something along the lines of, that was a defining moment for me. It was at that moment I realized that it was never about the destination, it is always about the journey. And then you now continue with the rest of your speech. However, in all, your speech was amazing. It was brilliant, and I loved how you ended with it, not just an ordinary quote, but a powerful, thought-provoking quote where you said, we should learn to live while you achieve, because many people as human beings, we often, get lost or get swarmed or consumed in the anxiety of getting to the destination instead of enjoying the journey. So even by the time you get to the destination, you don't even realize it. So Toastmaster Lydia, it was an excellent speech. Thank you very much, and it's back to you, the TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Toby. Once again, a detailed evaluation of Toastmaster Lydia's speech. At this point, I can say the general evaluation is back, evaluator is back on the call. So Toastmaster Eddie, I would leave you to proceed with the tag team.
Thank you very much for holding sway from the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much. Please, can we take several topics evaluator before starting?
That's done.
Done already, right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, at this point, let's welcome first the grammarian. The grammarian of the Toastmaster Korede Adekanye. Please, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Thank you very much, everyone. This has been an amazing, amazing meeting filled with a lot of camaraderie and amity. I almost tripped pronouncing that word right now. It is not a very easy word to pronounce. So I salute all of you, all of us, for making attempts to pronounce this word, to use this word in our table topics, in our prepared speeches. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well done, everyone. So for the sake of my grammarian report, I'm just going to mention the people who I noticed used this word. So Toastmaster Eddie used this word 2 times. Toastmaster Chiamaka used this word once. Toastmaster Olem used this word once, I presume. I hope I'm right. Toastmaster Essay used this word once, the word of the day once. Toastmaster Lydia also used the word once. And I particularly liked how she used it. And Toastmaster Dr. Folu Alamina also used it once. They used it together with the word amity, camaraderie and amity. And for me, it's not the first time hearing the word amity, but it's the first time, hearing so many times. So I like how we were able to merge the word of the day and a word from the theme of the day together. And that was just very beautiful. I think everyone did very well with their use of grammar and their use of language. And I believe that people, every one of us did very well. The presenters, the prepared speeches, the people that delivered prepared speeches did even much more than I expected. They used words that I found very interesting, very fascinating, like jolt, insidious, tyranny. I like how that word is pronounced, tyranny, not tyranny. I used to think it was pronounced tyranny, but I learned that it's pronounced tyranny. So we should all take note of that. Toastmaster Lydia said tyranny, used the expression tyranny of timeline. She also used the expression illusion of arrival, and I found that very interesting and deep. Toastmaster Dr. Folu Alamina also used very interesting expressions like hydra-headed tasks, and she used words like protege, ad libitum, which I found out means as often as necessary. So very, very beautiful use of English language. I think we all excelled exceptionally at that. Thank you very much, and back to you, the general evaluation.
Thank you very much, Grammarian, for a job well done. That was beautiful. Notes taken. Thank you very much. Please, let's go straight to the account.
Good evening, Toastmasters, and our delightful guests. Thank you for staying with us up until now. I didn't catch so many people use pause fillers or crutch words, but I'll share the few that we heard in today's meeting. Toastmaster Essay used the pause filler 3 times. Toastmaster Korede used the pause filler once, and used the crutch word so once, and repeated the word I once. Toastmaster Tobiloba, Akinmoluwa used the crutch word so once and you know twice. Toastmaster Elizabeth used the crutch word and 10 times. You know 4 times and repeated I once. That's all for me. Just something that should be a reminder to all of us. Remember to pace when you speak so you're not jumping, and going too fast like that. I just use a pause filler now. Remember to pace and take a deep breath when you're speaking so you can gather your thoughts. That's one. Secondly, remember that words like and but can be used in a sentence, but then ask yourself, is it relevant in that sentence? If I take out my and my but, will that sentence still be meaningful? If the answer is yes, then it means you shouldn't use it. It becomes a crutch word, and that takes out from the value or the quality of your speech. Thank you so much, and it's back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Madam Counselor. Well done. The timer, who has been very chill in the background, this is your time, Toastmaster Chigozirim. Take it away.
Thank you, General Evaluator. For the table topic speeches, guest Oluwafemi Descent spoke for 2 minutes, 12 seconds. TM Toastmaster Toby spoke for 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Guest Gerald spoke for 2 minutes, 35 seconds. While guest Paul spoke for 2 minutes, 12 seconds. They all spoke within time except guest Gerald, who spoke for 2 minutes, 35 seconds. For the prepared speeches, the Toastmaster Folusho spoke for 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Toastmaster Lydia spoke for 5 minutes, 15 seconds. They both spoke within time. For the evaluation of prepared speeches, TM Oghoin-olem spoke for 3 minutes, and Toastmaster Tobiloba spoke for 4 minutes, 41 seconds. She didn't speak within time. For the table topics evaluation, TM Elizabeth spoke for 4 minutes, 46 seconds. Grammarian TM Toastmaster Korede spoke for 3 minutes. Accountant TM Olem spoke for 3 minutes. All speakers spoke within time, of course, except TM Tobiloba, who spoke for 4 minutes, 41 seconds. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, our timer, a very cool, calm, collected timer for a job well done. Thank you very much. I'm seeing you smile for the first time at the beginning of this meeting. That means you deliver. All right, I'll go straight to the general evaluator's report. Our time is fast spent, so I'll try as much as possible to be fast. Whoa, the meeting preparation. We give it to Pecten anytime. You know, they have the best of hands, sort of the magic fingers, and all of them in that club. Great meeting preparation, beautiful publicity, edible looking flyer. I saw Amor and Amity and it was like, this is wow, the flyer was top notch. I love the follow-up on the divisions platform and other platforms. I love the follow-up. So please keep it up. That was beautiful. The meeting room opened at about 3:46 p.m. That was a good time. I love the way the atmosphere was calm. I love the sense of camaraderie that we exited before the meeting started. I love the song you played for us. Man, that was beautiful. I think I love the MP3 of that song to take over. I joined this meeting about 3:59 and met people already on the call. That's beautiful. The SAA took it away at exactly 4:15, and that's quite commendable. Madam President, the President zoomed in on the meeting team and acknowledged guests just the way it should be. Toastmaster of the day, with his deep baritone voice, swept us away, and his transitions has been smooth and professional. Thank you for a job well done, Toastmaster Tosin. Table topic session was another beautiful one. I loved how the topics master was calm and had delivery. Toastmaster Chiamaka, that was beautiful. I loved how the theme revolved around, the questions revolved around the theme of the meeting. That was beautiful. We spotlighted love and friendship, true friendship, love, patience, perseverance, kindness. That was top notch. All the table topics respondents delivered beautifully. It seemed they had an expo before they responded to those questions. That was nice. That was beautiful. And also loved how we gave guests the opportunity to share your views. Our speakers. Toastmaster Lydia Ekwedike. I heard your icebreaker the other time that did not sound like an icebreaker, and today again, you swept us away. I was held spellbound from the beginning of your speech to the end. Your speech was laced with words of wisdom. Toastmaster Folusho Alamina, as what should I call her? As a seasoned speaker, you delivered excellently. Thank you. Well, I took away a lot of things from your speech. We had a great meeting. Do I have any recommendation? I think just a little, maybe a little bit, great time management skills should be brought in to our meeting. And the table topics master, I think the point when that respondent insisted on talking on its perseverance, I think he insisted. I personally believe he should have been given the opportunity to speak on the perseverance. Though someone else has taken it. Now, I would have also loved a listening evaluator to maybe the accountant to reiterate the beautiful phrases, beautiful sentences, beautiful quotes that were used in the meeting, because we had a lot of them. I think if that was done, a lot of us that missed some in the course of the meeting would have had a lot to take on. Did this take away anything from the meeting? Absolutely. Quality of the meeting, top notch. I enjoyed every bit of it. Did you enjoy? I did. So I will leave you with this two things that I took from the speeches we had. If you want to maintain friendship, never abuse access. And let us cultivate sense gratitude. If we do this, we will make better friends and better lovers. Thank you very much, Pecten Toastmasters Club, for this opportunity. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. A big thank you to you and your team. And at this point, I would like to say thank you to everyone on the call. It's been great. I promised us that we were going to learn and enjoy ourselves doing so. Personally, I have. I hope you did as well. And I sincerely hope that going forward, we take the lessons from this meeting and become better friends and lovers. Thank you, and over to you, Madam VP.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I can say. It's been a delight having all of you join us in today's meeting from our TMOD, Toastmaster Tosin, whom I went to go and bring from wherever he was looking very pink when he showed up, to Toastmaster Eddie. Thank you so much for coming all the way from you or wherever you are right now to fill in this role and give us awesome feedback. It's duly noted. We will take that for continuous improvement. Thank you so much. All the role players who came in today to support this meeting, we appreciate you. Toastmaster Chiamaka, Toastmaster Korede from 2000 Trainers. Can I remember everybody? Please, I want all of you to give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Chigozirim. This was his first time playing the role of a timer, and I can't tell you how proud I was of how cool, calm, collected he delivered on that role. I feel like a proud mama, and I just want to say, well done. It's your first time here. We hope to see more of you. He's giving his icebreaker, but I think this was a notch better than that. So thank you so much for taking on that role and having the courage to do something new. For our speakers today, I don't even know what to say, but Asha told them I'm going to crop out their speeches and send to them to have because they were really fantastic speeches. Thank you so much for coming to the lectern and showing us that you prepared for your manual speeches, because that's the quality that we expect to see from your educational path. With that said, our guest on the call, I want to say welcome again. If we missed you in the beginning, we're just saying welcome again. We're glad to have you, that you joined us today. It's been awesome having you make this meeting worth attending and being present at. I'm going to share a few things. First would be the announcement for the club. We're having our next club meeting on Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. The International Speech and Table Topics Contest is coming up on Saturday, 22nd February by 10 a.m. I know it's Saturdays. A lot of us have a lot of things to do, weddings, parties, and all that. But please oblige us. We're going to have our wordsmiths compete for bragging rights as the person who is the best in delivering speeches, and for table topics as well. Dues payment for the second semester is ongoing. The window is open, and we're going to be receiving dues from now till March 31st. So please, if you haven't paid upfront or you haven't renewed your dues, this is a fantastic time to do so. We appreciate you. And finally, to help us with our pronunciations and our enunciations, we have a tongue twister. I felt very mean putting this, but I'm mean like that. So who's going to take this? It's a lot of copper coffee cup things in there. Who is audacious enough to go first? Toastmaster Korede, man of the people. All right, let's go. You're going fast, by the way, so you're not going to slowly do it. Let's do 3 times. Fast.
All
We got
right,
this.
all right. Let's give this a shot.
Uh,
Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup.
Woo! You're a champ. You're a champ. You're a champ. That was awesome. That was awesome. Any other person wants to go? Toastmaster Jimmy, I see you smiling. I'm sure you've looked at all the C's and all the P's and you're like, is this for me or not?
Okay, let me try.
Let's go.
Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup.
Nice one.
Let me try.
Nice one. Yeah, let's go.
Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup.
Thank you. Toastmaster Tessie, I saw your hand up. Please don't bring it down. Come on, do this thing. I know you people are like masters in this thing. Oh yeah, let's do this.
Okay, so good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I'm sorry I came in very late, so let me just try this. I'm sorry I can't put on my video too.
It's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
All right. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in the copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in the copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in the copper coffee cup. Thank you.
Nice, nice. I think you are the fastest at your pace. Chiwendu, you want to take a go? Let's go, let's go, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. You got it. Chiwendu, are you speaking? You're muted. Okay, while we're waiting for you to come on, Coach Matthew, you there?
Okay, I am. Good evening, all.
All right, so go fast.
Hello, can you? Okay, I
Yeah.
try. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a cup of coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a cup of coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a cup of coffee cup.
Woo!
Can I go on? Thank you.
Champs trending everywhere. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So the whole essence of having a tongue twister is really to help us with our pronunciations. And when we say enunciations, is about pronouncing clearly so people can hear you, irrespective of whatever consonants or vowels are placed in front of the words. Faustina, are you available now? So we'll just take you before we close
Yes,
out.
sir. Yes, can
All
you hear
right.
me?
Yes, I can. You have the lectern. Give it a shot.
Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Give Papa a cup of proper coffee in a copper coffee cup. Oh, sorry.
Not bad. I see you're out of breath like you did a marathon, huh? But that was nice.
Yes,
That was
I was running to meet a cool place. I was in a noisy environment.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for participating in this segment of the meeting. And the meeting actually has come to an end. Thank you so much. If you want to stay back and catch up with your friends or new people you're meeting, that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to stop recording so we can just network if you want to.